When Florida Postal Service worker Doug Hughes landed his homemade gyrocopter on the west lawn of the U.S. Capitol, in a daring bid to deliver a political message to the lawmakers, the security services were taken by surprise. He was quickly surrounded and taken away by police. His aircraft was checked for explosives, and now he faces several years of prison. But his stunt highlighted once more that the airspace around most of the public buildings is easily penetrated by drones and light-piloted aircraft too small and flying too low to be safely prevented from reaching their goals. John Hansman, a professor of aeronautics and astronautics at Massachusetts Institute of Technology, says small flying vehicles are not easy to detect and stop.
If you have a very small target like a gyrocopter, which doesn't have a very large radar cross-section, so it's not reflecting much energy back, and it's close to the ground, you might get some signal coming there, but you may actually think it's a building or a car moving on the ground, not a helicopter.
Hansman says heavy traffic in downtown Washington makes it even more difficult.
If you have a complex environment like an area around Washington, where you have lots of other vehicles on the ground, you have vehicles in the air, and you have something very small like this, it's actually not that difficult for it to slip through the protection.
The chairman of the American Leadership and Policy Foundation, David Stuckenberg, is a former military pilot who writes about the airspace security. Speaking via Skype, he says the present safety systems are inadequate.
We need to understand that we've been lucky, and as technology increases and as drones proliferate, people will increasingly look at these as weapons of opportunity or technologies that can be adapted for ill intent.
Stuckenberg says a lot more needs to be done before such systems are in place, such as conducting thorough analysis and bringing new regulations. George Putic, VOA News, Washington.